everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. All right, how are you? This is the voice of Sam Aditya. I am Purposeful One, and I am so excited to welcome you tonight to the start of the Purpose Driven Conference 2020. I am sure you are ready for a great experience. All right. Tonight I'm going to be bringing up our moderator shortly. She's going to welcome you proper. I am just doing a pre-welcome service. A pre-welcome service. All right. That's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to make you see that we are here already. We are here live, and we are set for a wonderful time tonight. Okay. My name is Sam Adetoro, like I said before. All right, and so let me get set to bring our moderator for tonight in. She's going to be welcoming you. She's going to be telling you what to expect from this conference, and I'm sure you know already that you are in for a great time. You are in for a wonderful time. So let me just hand over to her. I think she's ready for us. Um, yeah, yeah. Hi, hi,
Can you see me?
hi. Are you ready for us?
Oh my goodness. I
Don't
can
worry,
hear
don't worry.
you.
Just
Can you
take
hear
your
me?
time. Just take your time. Just take your
Can you
time.
hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you. Over to
Can you hear
you.
me,
We are
sir?
live. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Can you
We are
hear me?
live. We are live. Yes,
No, I can't hear
yes.
you.
Yes. You can hear me. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay,
I
okay,
can't
okay.
hear you.
Okay. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Ah, I'm trying to find the right angle. Oh, Jesus. Is this angle good?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Go
But then I
ahead.
can't hear you speak, sir.
Just go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm super, super, super excited to be in your faces tonight. You all have been amazing. How do you? What are your expectations? I want to know. I want you to drop it in the comment below your expectations, and so we can know what you're expecting to achieve this night. Don't forget that the word is for tonight is from. Okay, we're still doing testing. Oh, everybody testing, testing. Okay, okay. Can you all hear me? Okay, 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 okay. I think I'm having some network issues. Okay, can you all hear me? Okay, apologies for the background movements. Okay, can we hear me? How come I can't hear anybody? Oh Lord, Mr. Sam. Okay, somebody just said we can see you and hear you. Finally, thank you so much. Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to this conference, PDC 2020. It's great to have you join us, and we are super excited. And our expectations are built because we know that God is ready and set to do great and marvelous things tonight. Tonight being the first time, the first day of the conference, PDC 2020, and trust me, you're going to have an amazing time tonight. So I want you to just leave in the comments. I want us to leave in the comments where you're from, where you're messaging, where you're watching us from, I want you to leave in the comments where you're watching us from. Um, for instance, if you're in Lagos, just say Lagos, Nigeria. If you're outside Nigeria, just state where you are watching us from. It could be from Canada, it could be from London, it could be from America, it could be from any part of the world. We want to know where you're watching us from. And we're super, super, super happy to meet you, to see you. Somebody's saying, yes, we can hear you. Finally, I'm super, super, super happy to be here today. Somebody's saying good evening, everyone. Hello, Dolapo Fadairo. Good evening. You know what? Everybody, just send in your comments because the only way I can know that you're watching me and you can hear me is when I see your comments below. So just let me send in your comments so I can know that you're with me. Somebody's saying good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I want to know what do you want to achieve tonight? What do you hope to achieve tonight? What do you hope to achieve tonight? I want to know. I want to know. What do you hope to achieve tonight? Okay. Um, as I said before, tell us where you're watching us from. Tell us where you're watching us from. Where are you watching us from? Dolapo Fadairo, please. Where are you watching us from? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Okay. I also want to know. Oh, okay, okay. I can see this. Okay. I also want you to invite your friends because, see, this conference is not just for only you. Everybody needs to watch this. Everybody needs to be involved. Everybody needs to be part of this conference. So if you're here to invite your friends, please send the registration links to your friend. Let them register. Let them join. Let them watch. Let them learn also because we all have to live a purpose-driven life. Okay, so if you're yet to invite your friends and families, this is the time. This is the time for you to send in, the registration link and the flyer that you registered from. Send it to your friends and let them register as soon as possible because no one, I mean no one, absolutely no one should miss out from this conference tonight. Okay, so I also want to see where you're watching us from. I'm here to see that. I'm here to see that. Where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? I want to know where you're watching us from. And tonight I want you to know that it's power packed. When I say power packed, just know that you're not going back the way you came. Definitely not going back the way you came. You're going to be blessed. Your mind will be renewed. Your mind will be sharpened. I'm waiting. I can't wait for the speaker tonight because it's gonna be a blessed one tonight. Somebody saying, "Oh, my name is Kola Wale Ola Oluwaloge, and I am purposeful." Yay! I'm from Abuja, Nigeria. Great to have you here, Kola Wale Ola Oluwa. I'm super, super excited that you've joined. Please invite your friends also to join Kola Wale Ola Oluwa Loge. Invite everyone to join so we can all benefit from this conference tonight. Today is the first day of the conference, and everybody, absolutely everybody is excited. The team behind PDC 2020, we've been we've been doing so much work because we want to make this conference a success for you, and that is why we are here today. Okay, so Olaluwa, thank you for joining, and thank you for joining from Abuja. We hope to see other people comment. Please, where are you watching us from? Where are you watching us from? For instance, I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm speaking from Lagos, Nigeria. Where are you watching us from? I want to know. I want to know where you're watching us from. I want to know where you're watching us from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so tonight is going to be amazing, as I said. Do not forget that we're going to be talking about purpose, finding and keeping purpose-driven alliances. Finding and keeping purpose-driven alliances by Pastor Niyi Soyinka. By Pastor Niyi Soyinka. I don't even want to read the. I don't want to read the. What's the? I don't want to read his profile yet. I don't want to read it because if I read it, your mind will be blown away. Your mind will be blown away, and I'm just super, super, super excited about who is going to join us tonight. I'm going to be inviting the Purposeful Duo very soon to join me as we talk about the conference before we invite the speaker to speak. So I'm going to be inviting the Purposeful Duo, Mr. Sam, to join me as we both discuss, what the conference is all about, and Okay, he's here already. Okay, Mr. Sam.
Thank you. You're doing a great job, and I am excited to be here. Good
I
evening,
know,
everyone.
right?
Thank you, Christiana from Enugu, Nigeria. It's amazing to have everyone with us here tonight,
Yes.
and I'm sure we're gonna have a great time. Very soon, without further ado, we're going to be bringing up our guest for tonight. I have told my moderator to give me the opportunity to talk about him. All right, so I'm going to bring him up because I want him to be seeing my face when we are talking. So before I do that, okay, let me be sure he's set for us. My name is Sam Adetiro once again. My wife is not here in person, but we are always together, and she's attending to other home matters at this time. All right, I'm sure from tomorrow you're going to be seeing her face very well, and we're going to have a wonderful time. Okay, someone I'm sure you are excited to be with us tonight. This is the Purpose Driven Conference 2020. We have been waiting for this time and we are glad that it is finally here. All right, so we're going to be bringing up our guest soon. And let me show his face so that he would see us. Let me show his face so that he will see us. Hello, sir. Hello,
Hello,
sir.
hello, hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm
Good
so glad
evening,
to be
sir.
here tonight. Good
So
evening, good
glad to
evening, good
have you
evening.
here with us. Thank you
Yeah, I'm
so
super
much, sir.
excited
Great,
myself.
Sam. Thank you.
I told the
Well done,
people that
Yomi.
I want to ensure that your face is showing before
All
we
right,
introduce you. So you want to
I
be seeing
heard
your
you loud
face.
and clear.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
Yomi,
Thank you.
should we split the bio reading of his profile? I think we should do male and female voice. What do you think? What do you
I'm
think?
sorry,
Should we
what's that?
split it, reading
Just
his
let
profile? Can you hear me? Yomi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Hey,
you
she
now.
can't hear me. All right, can you hear me now? All right, I was
Yes, I
saying that
can.
should we split the reading of his profile? Maybe you start, I take over so that we make it dramatic as much as possible. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
okay. Let's see if you
Do
can
you
hear
have it
me.
close to you? Oh, don't worry.
I don't have
Let
it
me start.
written. That means I
All
have to
right, don't
go.
worry. Don't worry. Let me do it. Let me do it. I'll
Okay,
do it.
perfect,
I'll do it.
perfect.
I'll do it. All right. So welcome once again, everyone. I was just trying to take a little time for people to settle down in. We have a lot of people joining us live, and we are so excited. Pastor Niyi Soyinka is a good brother to me. He's not just a brother, he's first of all my mentor. Let me start with that category. We met about 13 years ago. I would never forget in my life. It was one fateful day. I actually studied in Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. Then it was known as University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, UNAB. And, I came in as a pre-degree student. And I was just a gentle boy who was set to do the Lord's bidding. I love the Lord, and I was just excited to come and serve God, even in my academics. And so I had a lot of expectation for me in my life and my life beyond me, and so I knew that I was going to be giving the Lord my best. Okay, so one of those days under the tent during the orientation for pre-degree, I was sitting down when this gentleman walked up to me. I was under a tent, I can never forget that scene, and he just walked up to me, asked about my name, very, very jovial person, very, very warm person. And before we knew it, a conversation ensued. And one thing led to the other. He told me about himself. He told me about the fact that he was part of a fellowship that he would love me to be a part of. And that was how we just connected. And from there, one thing led to the other. I became part of the fellowship. And I was privileged to be under his tutelage as a leader. He was our leader, and I served under him, and I was also privileged to live with him. We lived together for 1 year, 1 year plus, I think, if I remember well. He would probably remember. We lived together under the same roof, and I was there. Thank God for those little beginning. We were students. He was already in 300 level, I think, going to 400 level. And so I had finished pre-degree. I was in 100 level, and we were together, and we had a great time to bond and connect. One of the things I started hearing him talk about that early is the fact that you need to understand the power of relationships. Relationships are very vital in life. I heard him say it again and again and again. So when this conference was being put together and we started looking at the areas where we're going to be focusing on, we thought about it that who can do justice to this topic? It's no other person than Pastor Niyi Soyinka. And it's been an honor serving alongside you. It's been an honor knowing you. It's been part of my life personally, part of my family. And even though we are no longer together geographically, we are still in touch. It's been a great part of my life. We honor and celebrate you, sir. So let me read his profile so that we can bring him up very, very quick. All right. Niyi Soyinka, fondly called the Success Catalyst, is a business coach, a corporate trainer, and lead strategist of Big Shot Consulting Limited, a human resource development firm. He shares a deep passion to empower individuals and corporate institutions to discover, develop, and deploy their potential for maximum income, impact, and influence. Niyi Soyinka has facilitated training sessions for several public and private institutions, including Federal Capital Development Agency (FCDA), Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Coca-Cola, Godson and Hanson Limited, Cafe Le Bugatti, Royal Delicia, among others. He has also conducted hands-on training sessions for Click On Kaduna, a Kaduna state government program in partnership with the World Bank Group and the Rockefeller Foundation to promote digital skills among young people. An alumnus of the prestigious Daystar Leadership Academy in Lagos, Soyinka also holds an MBA in Human Resource Management and has several years' experience in the banking industry. He is an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management (CIPM) and the Nigeria Institute of Management (NIM). He holds an MBA in Human Resource Management. Twice weekly, Soyinka shares his insights on Castle 98.5 FM and Invicta on that's 98.9 FM. He also appears weekly on KSMC TV, also streamed on Star Times TV and Free TV. His weekly broadcast, 60 Seconds with Niyi Soyinka, has had tremendous impact on people. Niyi Soyinka is also a TEDx curator. He is committed to the United Nations Development Goals 1, no poverty, 4, quality education, and 8, decent work and economic growth. With hundreds of speaking engagements every year, I can attest to that. Soyinka is a sought-after trainer and change catalyst. Today, he hosts the public speaking and effective communication masterclass in Kaduna, as well as online with participants across the world. So far, the platform has helped hundreds of people speak with utmost confidence and overcome the fear of public speaking. He is the author of the best-selling book, and if you have not gotten this book, make sure you get this book as soon as this session is over. I have my copy. I'm going to share the testimony. How to earn a fee from what you do for free. Making big money from your skills, ideas, and talent. He is married to Abiodun, a certified personal psychologist and a prolific fashion designer at PE Creations. That's a handle. I can attest to that also. They are blessed with two amazing children, General David and Ambassador Daniel. Everyone with Jesus joy, help me welcome to the podium Pastor Niyi Soyinka as a take.
Wow.
Welcome, sir. Welcome,
Wow.
sir.
Wow. Thank you for such a rousing welcome. I
Onward
hope
from
you can
here.
hear me loud and
Thank
clear.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
we
First
can.
of all,
Yes, we
please, I
can.
hope you can hear
Yes, we
me.
can hear
All
you,
right,
sir.
fantastic. I want to thank you
Yes.
sincerely. Thank you. Thank you, Pastor Abby, and your amazing wife for this platform. It's your second, and it's
Thank you,
as
sir.
if you've done it the last 10 years. Thank you for all that you do. I love you. You know from my heart that I love you, I value you, and I sincerely celebrate you. Thank you. I can't thank you enough.
Thank
All
you.
right. I also count it a great privilege to be here. Yes, you talked about, memory lane. So exciting. Thank God for what He has done, over our lives. We are grateful to God. All right. Thank God. Thank you to your team as well. Yomi, thank you so much for all that you do. God bless you. I can't see all of your team members, but please let them know that I truly
Thank you,
celebrate
sir.
them and thank you for putting this together.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Thank you, Yomi. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. So I'll take it
All
up
right.
from here,
We
right?
leave. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
All
right.
right, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you
So
so much. God bless you, everybody.
you have the floor, sir. Maybe you talk to us for like 1 hour, then we can ask questions afterwards. So we'll be on the
It's
background,
fine.
sir.
It's
Thank you,
fine.
sir.
It's perfect. It's
Okay.
perfect. All right, one more time, I want to thank our organizers for putting this together. This is an amazing platform. All right, Pastor Abby and his amazing wife is a set of people that I've come to love, I've come to believe in, and I've come to celebrate. So I want to thank them for doing this. If you can, everybody who is hearing me out there, if you can share this video, perhaps you could share it or let people know that this conference has begun in earnest. Share it, tag them, whatever you can do. Just let them know that we are live and direct. All right, I'm glad to be here once again. Thank you so much. I'd love to start with a word of prayer. Father, we thank you for this evening that you have made. Thank you for the preparations that have gone into this event. Thank you, first of all, for the vision, the idea behind this event. We give you glory, we give you honor, we give you adoration in Jesus' name. As we go into the discussion from tonight, Father, we ask that you take absolute preeminence in Jesus' mighty name. So today I'm going to be talking about finding and keeping purpose-driven alliances. All right. So if you can write it out there so that I can know that you can hear me loud and clear, right? Write it out there. Finding and keeping purpose driven alliances. Finding and keeping purpose driven alliances. Very important. All right. And I'm so glad that Pastor Abi and his wife has found me worthy to talk about this very important topic. It's one topic that is dear to me. It's one topic also that took an entire chapter of the book that Pastor Abi talked about. It's one book that you should read. The testimonies have been amazing and have been humbling. It's really causing serious commotion in a good light outside of here. So, but I'm glad. So this subject is one subject that I'm passionate about. The subject of alliances. In fact, Pastor Abe is actually editing another book for me that totally talks about alliances. All right, he's done tremendous job on the work, and probably sometime next year, the other book will be released on building strategic alliances. So tonight we're talking about finding and keeping purpose-driven alliances. Fantastic. All right. So anybody out there, if you can hear me, please drop it in the comment section. Finding and keeping purpose-driven alliances. All right. One of the first things I want to say tonight is that man was never made for isolation. Man was made for connection. It doesn't matter how loaded you think you are. It doesn't matter how great you think you are, right? Man was not made for isolation. We were made for connection. I'll say it one more time for the opting time. Man was not made for isolation. Man was made for connection. In fact, before I go into man, right, the power of relationship is so strong that even God in Genesis chapter 1, the Bible says that, and God said, let us. And God said, let us. That's a very important statement there. I'm not going to talk about who are the us, but it apparently appears that it wasn't God alone in the dealing. It wasn't God. Of course, for those of us who believe in the Trinity, we know that he was talking about God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Okay, so even before God, he was not in isolation. All right, there was a form of unity, there was a form of connection. Let us, let us. So if God, as it were, is not alone, please mind my language. If God is not alone, then how can you and I be alone? Right? We were not meant to be alone. We were not made for isolation. We were made for connection. This is very important to note. This is very critical in this discussion tonight. All right. So, having said that, okay, I want to share a few stories with you, and these stories will help me to bring about some of the stuff I want to talk about. There are two stories in the Bible that are very critical. There are two stories in the Bible that are very central to what I want to discuss tonight. The first story is found in the book of John, chapter 2. The Bible tells us in John chapter 2 that there was a man who was sick of the palsy. All right, he wasn't sick of the palsy per se. We're told that he was at the pool of Bethsaida. Yeah, he was at the pool of Bethsaida for 38 years. Now, note this, note this. We were not told that he was 38 years old. No, sir, no, ma. All right, all right. He wasn't 38 years old. He was in that pool for 38 years. So apparently, this guy should not be less than he should have been an adult before he got there. He went there because I do not really believe that his parents will have left him at a younger age than to be there. So probably he was 18. Let's even say minimum he was 18. So 18 plus 38, you know what I mean? That's about 56 years old. So that guy was, let's just assume he was an average of 58 years, right? But the Bible says a larger part of his life was spent in that pool. And you said Jesus came to him and said to him, all right, would you want to be healed? Now, before Jesus came on the scene, we were told in that scripture that every time at a particular season, right, an angel come to stir up the water, and anybody who enters the river first gets healed. Right? There's a season that the angel comes. Anybody who steps in first, John chapter 5. All right, thank you. Anybody who steps in first, all right, would be healed. Okay, very interesting. However, all right, Jesus now asks this guy, this gentleman, that would you want to be healed? So if I ask Kolawole Longe, sir, if I asked you now if you wanted money, all right, your answer to me will either be yes or no. All right, is either you say, Niyi, please keep your money. I do not need your money. I have much more than you do. Keep your money. No. All right. Or you say, yes, Niyi, I need your money. It will have been a yes or a no answer. So Jesus asked him, will you want to be healed? This guy didn't say yes. This guy didn't say no. You know what he said? He said, Jesus, every time, let me paraphrase what he said. He said, I do not have any man that will put me into the river. Listen to that word. Listen to that word. I'm not sure that scripture was an accident. His statement was not that there was no healing around. His statement was not that there was no miracle around. All right. His statement, all right, Kolawole, I feel you. I know you will say yes. All right. His statement was not, saying that, okay, he didn't say any other thing. All he said was that I do not have a man to help me. So it wasn't that there was no miracle. It wasn't that there was no answer. It wasn't that there was no solution to his problem and his predicament. All he said was that there was no man. So it appears to me that probably there's somebody out there listening to us right now. Your problem may not be that there's no solution around. Your problem may not be that there's no answer around. Your problem might be that there is no man to help you. There's no man mentioning your name anywhere. There's no man endorsing you. There's no man, all right, saying that give favor the mic, give favor the platform. All right, probably there's nobody saying that. That may be the problem. It may not be that there's no solution. You have that scripture. So solutions are usually available, but they are actually in the hands of certain men. Now, I've not said that we should not become men should become gods or that men should become idols. No, 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 no. I'm just trying to establish the import. I'm trying to establish the fact that relationships are critical. In fact, I said once, I said, all right, everything rises and falls on relationships. Everything rises and falls on relationship. John C. Maxwell says everything that rises and falls on leadership. I agree wholeheartedly. I also said that everything rises and falls on relationships because even leadership is a form of relationship. All right. There's another story akin to that, somewhere found in the book of Luke. In the book of Luke, we were told, I'm just trying to, establish my teaching tonight so that you can appreciate it better with these stories. There's another set of guy who was sick of the palsy. We were told that Jesus was teaching in a place. right? Jesus was teaching powerfully in the place, and suddenly these guys, all right, they had this friend who was sick. They now said to themselves, you know what? Jesus is in town. Jesus is preaching somewhere, and the anointing is so strong. Everybody's under the anointing and all of that. You see that? So they now said, okay, we're going to lift up our friends now, and our friend rather, and take him to where Jesus is so that Jesus can be healed, so that our friend can be healed. So they took that gentleman and took him to where Jesus was preaching. When they took him to where Jesus was preaching, at the door, everywhere was filled up. They couldn't get in because, of course, when Jesus is in the place, the crowd follows. All right, so they couldn't get in. They couldn't, right? They couldn't penetrate to the door. I also assume they went through the window. They couldn't get to the window because there were people sitting around the window. Jesus was preaching heavily. You know the words of Jesus were uncommon those days. So he gathered crowd like no man's business. So the door was jam packed. The window was filled. Everywhere was filled to the brim. Then suddenly the Bible says that they now decided within themselves. Again, I'm paraphrasing. They decided within themselves, say, okay, what can we do? They now went to the rooftop of the house, a house that was not their own. Mind you, a house that was not theirs. They went, pulled up the roof. That's not even where I'm going, but that's a very important point to note. They went, pulled up the roof of the house that was not their own. And you know what they did? They took their friend and threw him down. All right? This is where I'm going. When they threw him down, Jesus was not looking at the guy falling down because he knew that he had resurrection power. He knew that with a breath, even if this guy comes and crashes and falls into powder, he was going to heal him and he was going to come back to life. So Jesus just looked. He didn't look at the guy falling down. All Jesus did was, the Bible tells us that Jesus looked at their faith. Why did I know that Jesus was not looking at the faith of the guy dying? Because the guy was already dying. Let's assume he was even dead. Okay? Jesus looked at their faith. Who are their faith? The faith of the men who brought him in. Listen, thank you, Kolawole, for bringing that. You should be a fantastic Bible student. All right. So he now looked at their faith. Now, so where am I going with this story? Do you have an alliance? Do you have a company? Do you have a relationship? Do you have a friend that when you are dead and out, when you are falling and dying, when you have been said to have been finished, because of the faith of those guys, you will come back to life? Are there people where everybody say, if it's for you, Niyi, no way for you. However, because of this, your friend will give you access. Do you have such friends? Friends that for their sake, for calling their name, for being around you, you will be delivered. In fact, this also reminds me of a third story. There was a story one day that the king of Israel, the king of Judah, I think they had issue with Prophet Elijah or so. And so they went into a city to fight. And suddenly, I think they were dying of starvation and every other thing. Then suddenly, one of the servants in the clique said, "Is there not a servant? Is there not the one of the kings said, is there not a king here? Is there not a prophet here? Is there not a prophet here?" Then one of the servants said, "There is one Elijah around. Let's call him." Then when Elijah came on the scene, he looked at the other king and said, "If not for this other king, I would have left you today and you will have died. Bring me the minstrel. Let me sing just because of another king." Who is in your company? Who is in your household? Who is your friend? Who is your alliance that for their sake, one more time? One of the things I want to trust God to do with you tonight is to help you see how you can, the need of having strategic alliances, and above all, how you can build them. Because that's our topic today, how you can find them, how you can, attract them, and how you can keep purpose driven alliances. Because like I said earlier, you need them. Man was not made for isolation. Man was made for connection. Life is all about relationships. All other things are simply details. Should I say that again? Life is largely about relationships. All other things are just about details. They are just about stories and all of that. Life is about relationship. This is critical and this is very important in our journey. Who is in your network? Who is your friend? Who is your neighbor? For whose sake can you speak? Let me give you one last story. There's so much story in my mind, but I want to tell all of these stories so that you can relate. And I believe you are getting value. If you are getting value, let me know that you are getting value tonight. I understand there was a ruler, there was an emir in the northern part of Nigeria who had a a member of his clan, right, who went to the military. He went to the military to train. And suddenly, I think for some reason, after a bit of training and all of those screening and all of that, they told him that his height was not up to standard. They now drove him back and said, "Go back to your king, go back to your village." So the young man went to cry to his king and say, "King, they've driven me back, and I'm back to town." Those guys said, I'm not tall enough. You know what the king said? The king said, "Go back and tell them that I've added height to you." That is strange, isn't it? How can a man now? I'm not see my talking about building relationship doesn't abuse merit. Okay, please. So nobody can take it away from here that okay, you are talking about relationship. We shouldn't. Oh, thank you, Dolapo. All right. So that I'm not speaking here, and you are telling me that okay, me, we can cut corners. You don't need to be an expert anywhere. No, no, no. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that even with your expertise, thank you, Kolawole, even with your expertise, you need relationships. Because sometimes, and I need you to write this, I need you to hear this 2 times, I will say it, and I need you to write it on the screen. Sometimes, who you know trumps what you know. I'll say that again. Who you know sometimes trumps what you know. I'm saying that there are many, many third class people out there who have been, for any reason, they have strategic alliances. They are doing better than those who are first class. Again, I am for skill, I am for expertise, but I also understand the power of strategic alliances. I understand the power of relationship. So who you know, I want you to write that out. I want to see it rolling on the screen. Who you know sometimes trumps what you know. Very important. Very important. All right. It is said that 85% of job success come from, thank you, the purposeful duo. 85% of job success comes from well-developed soft skills and people skills, while only 15% of job success comes from technical skills, hard skills. It's usually strange sometimes. They call it they say we have some skills that are hard and some skills that are soft. Hard skills simply means the technical skills, all right, the accounting, right, the all of those geometry, all of those surgery, all of those technical skills. So it is said that many times, sometimes even people's skills outweighs and outperforms technical skills. So people skills is one of those skills that you should master. All right, very important, very critical, and very important. All right, your network, right, sometimes or many times will determine your net worth. Your network is very important and many times determines your net worth. Very critical, very important. It's critical that you know that your net worth determines your network. You know what I said something once, and I want you to say it. I hope you can capture it as I say. Sometimes, not all spiritual or not all problems, not all situations are spiritual. Now, listen to me carefully. I want to bring out something. I just want to play on words. Pastor Abe loved to use words so much, and I think I'm learning from him. Right? So sometimes our problems are not always spiritual. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to capitalize the word spirit. Capitalize the word spirit and UAL, leave it as small letter. Right? So sometimes your problem is not spirit right? So that spirit is capital, but sometimes they are manual. Now, how do I mean? I'm just playing on words, forgive me, right? They are manual. Now, put the word man in capital and leave the UAL in small letter. So sometimes, all right, our problem, our situations are not spiritual, they are manual. They are because we do not have, relationship, right? It is said that if you are actually broke if everything you ever want in life you pay for them. Very important. Relationship is so strategic, very strategic. I'm still laying a foundation. Just follow me. I'm taking my time to lay a foundation, right? Very important. I want you to know that if you pay for everything in life, everything you need in life, you pay for them, then it appears that, right, you may not be truly rich, because sometimes your relationship is supposed to pay for everything. That's why when a rich man wants to do naming ceremony, when he wants to do a naming ceremony for his child, when a rich man, oh, fantastic, thank you, purposeful do, thank you, that's what I want. I want that spirit and that man to come out obvious. Thank you very much. All right, now, so sometimes, so these big men, you know what they do? They want to give out their daughter for wedding, or their son for a wedding, or they want to do naming ceremony. Do you know that that is a, for them, that's a form of investment? It's the poor people who spend all their money doing everything for the naming and whatever, but rich people, it's a form of investment, because they know, if even if they spend 5 million, they are sure to get close to 20 million at the end of the day. All right, now, that's just a digression. What I'm saying basically is this: if you pay for everything in life, you may not be truly rich. What I'm saying is that your relationship is supposed to pay for certain things. Let's just assume somebody out there, which lady come out, okay, Yomi talks. All right, she came out earlier, and let's say her hair, she makes it once every month for 15,000. Or let's say she makes her hair, thank you, Favor. She makes her hair every month for 10,000 naira. Then suddenly she has a relationship that pays for that. Either she has a friend who says, okay, you know, Yomi, I'll give you 50% discount. Or, you know, Yomi, just be coming here anytime you want to come to. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? All right. I'll tell you how to develop this system. I'll tell you how to develop it, but just follow me carefully. So, do you know that Yomi will save 120,000 in 1 year? Because if she saves 10,000 every year for not paying, or she even saves 5,000 every year, already in 1 year she saves 60,000. In 5 years she has saved 300,000. Why? Because she is able to cultivate strategic alliances. Very, very important. Very, very important. You know what I want to say again? You are broke sometimes because you pay for everything. You are broke. Relationship is capital. Relationship is gold. Relationship is access. Relationship is favor. Relationship is speed. Relationship equals promotion. Relationship equals visibility. Relationship equals speed and growth and leverage. Relationship is capital. Relationship is gold. Relationship is diamond. Relationship is literally everything. You know why I know? Because even while God was creating us, He didn't create us somewhere and left us in Mount Kilimanjaro. He left us, He brought us through a family. And it is to enable us to appreciate relationship. See, I may not need your permission to succeed, but listen, I may need your contribution. Did you hear what I said? I may not need your permission to succeed. I may need your contribution. Relationship, I know, really, somebody saying that, but relationship can be very dangerous. Dr. David Oyedepo said something once. They asked him, I think I'm not paraphrasing, if I'm not wrong, all right, he was asked, what do you think is your greatest asset? He said, people. What do you think is your greatest liability? He said, people. So I understand the place where certain relationship can be very sour and very destructive. I'm not asking us to cultivate such. What I'm asking us to cultivate is this relationship and alliances that will benefit us and ultimately benefit our purpose, right? Very critical and very important. Okay, so tonight I'm going to be sharing with you what I call the 10 commandment of building relationships. I want to share with you the 10 commandment. You can't find it anywhere, right? This is my own contemplation. This is my own meditation, and this is what I believe God gave me in my heart. All right, so this is what I call the 10 commandments of building relationship, the 10 commandments of finding, right, and keeping purpose driven alliances. Very important. Okay, so let's go. Number one. So I've said that relationship is important. So everybody is excited. The first thing you are thinking in your mind is that, okay, after this meeting, I want to connect with somebody. After this meeting, who can I connect with that will help me? Who can I connect with that will give me a job? There's nothing bad in that. But you see, if that is all you do, if that is all you are hearing from what I'm saying, then I'm not doing justice to the job. The first commandment of building relationship is that you yourself, permit my language, is that you've got to be a helper. Commandment one, thou shalt be a helper. How do I mean? All right. Don't start from the place of saying, who can help me? Rather start from the place of looking for who can I help. Even a big man needs help. Even a rich man needs support. That's why some of us love to call our uncles and tell them, uncle, he knows he doesn't want to pick your call again because you have become like a leech. You have become somebody who's not adding value to him. Right? So they want, see, I tell people that even rich men also cry. Rich men also cry. I've been connected to a few rich men, and one of them said something once. Me and my wife, every time we want to go to places where people we honor, people we celebrate, we do not go without going for a gift, without going with a gift. So one day we went to these people and we gave them a gift, and they said something that was very sobering. They said, Niyi and Abiodu, my wife, they said, do you know that people do not give to us? And it was shocking. They had everything. If in the type of money, these people were multi-millionaires. All right. So, but suddenly they said, people don't give to us. They expect us to give them every time. So the little, what do we take to them? Fruits and pass. What do we take? Very simple, but they value it. Right? That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lesson for everybody. Don't think that that big man doesn't need anything, my dear. Look for a need. If he doesn't have one, create it. Did you hear what I said? I think I'm going to say this later, but it's coming to my mind because somebody needed to hear this. Right? A rich man also has a need. If he doesn't have one, create it. Create it. So be a helper. That's my first commandment. Be a helper. How can I help? How can I think of what value can I add to the purposeful duo? Right? This program is starting now. How can I be of help? That is how to build strategic alliances. That is how to find. All right. So that's how to find more people. That's how to find and leverage on relationships. Very critical and very important. All right. It's very critical. So be a helper. Look for a need help. So somebody wants to ask me that, okay, Niyi, you are telling us tonight that we should look for somebody's need and meet it. Somebody, I know a big man who doesn't really need anything. How do you think I can create a need? This is very simple. I give you a story, right? I give you a story of a man who had a mentor from a distance. All right, this mentor was very popular, was pretty popular. However, his materials were not common. In fact, probably he had very little or no materials. Then, even though this mentor is very, if I mention his name now, you know him, right? So even this mentor was very popular. Ladurotoye, for instance, that's the person I'm talking about, right? So he was a brand many years ago, right? But suddenly, yeah, the gift of a man makes room for him and bring him before kings. I hope you know that that scripture is not necessarily talking about your talent. It's not necessarily talking about your skills. It's part of it, but largely it is about access. It's about your gift. It's not a bribe. It's not a bribe. Please, nobody's thinking bribe here, right? It's about, yeah, it's more blessed. I have fantastic people here. Kola Wale inspired Gracily. Awesome stuff. It is more blessed to give than to receive. That's the idea. All right. So the gift of a man gives him access. The gift of a man makes room for him and brings him before kings and not before men. The gift of a man, your gift. What are you bringing on board? Very critical. Don't always come to do like this. Sometimes your hand should be like this. Okay. Very critical. So this young man now said, okay, I need to begin. Yeah, thank you, Precious. I need to begin to help this my mentor ensure that his materials are heard all over the country. Then suddenly he started producing his mentor's material and started distributing it. I can tell you for free that up till now, that mentor is endeared to that his protege. This is what we're talking about. Very critical. So look for a need. If there's no one, create it. Very critical. Very critical. Somebody said something here right now that that's what we're talking about. All right. Somebody just said something. Who was that now? Can't remember the name. She said we should ensure that we share this so that more people can come in. Fantastic. That's the idea. You are trying to look for. You think that people can benefit from this, so you want to help them. You go out there without any purposeful do or the team giving you any pressure. That's the idea. That's the idea. Who knows tomorrow? The seed that you have sown now, somebody else will say, okay, you are doing your program without you calling them. They said, okay, I'm going to invest so amount on this project. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. This is very critical and this is very important. So number one, thou shalt be a helper, right? Number two, thou shalt be a person of value. Thou shalt be a person of value. That's the second commandment of finding and keeping strategic alliances. Thou shalt be a person of value. Like I said a moment ago, even if you're a big man, even if you're a billionaire, you don't want a liability around you. Did you hear what I said? As you are right now, as I am right now, the last person I want, in fact, I don't ever want it, right? The last person I will want is somebody who will leech upon me. It's somebody who wants every time they are taking. So when I see their call, I don't pick it because I know that the next thing that he will want, right? The next thing that they will ask for is something. I've not said you shouldn't help people, and I'm not told you I don't help people. But I'm saying that some people are naturally, this is just human. Naturally, you will gravitate to more people who are giving you value than people who are taking value away from you all the time. Right? So thou shalt be, second commandment, thou shalt be a person, not just of value, thou shalt be a person of incredible value. Right? Was it Albert Einstein that said, do not even plan to become a man of success. Don't plan to be a woman of success. Just become a man of value. Success will drop onto you naturally. And let me explain that. That's very true. Right? Many times we want to run, want to succeed, want to succeed. No, another route is to just become a person of value. Success will find you. So become a person of value. What value are you bringing on board? What resources do you have? What gifts do you have? What abilities do you have? What talents do you have? Thou shalt be a person of value. So when you are calling next time, they know that you are an addition. Because one of the things I didn't even tell you is that relationship, right? Relationship is about, there are four levels of relationship. They are what we call, just like you have add, subtract, divide, and multiply. Add, subtract, divide, and multiply. So you have in relationship, you have those who are adders, adders. You have those who are multipliers. You have those who are subtractors, and you have those who are dividers. You will want to have the first two. You want to have adders and multipliers, not subtractors and dividers. Right? So even in relationship, you will have such people. So I'm saying to you, being a person of incredible value, being a person of incredible value, you've got to be either a adder or a multiplier. Right? Are you adding to me? Are you multiplying to me? So the third commandment is that you must be a person of a person of incredible value. All right, very important. Commandment number 3, all right, is that you must be a person of ICT. A person of ICT. So if I were to ask you tonight, what does ICT mean? Somebody's already saying, "Oh, Niyi, what are you saying ICT?" What concern ICT with our talk tonight? All right, just follow me carefully. By ICT, I do not mean information and communication technology. No, 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 no. I don't mean information and communication technology. No, sir. Let's leave that for the professionals out there. What I mean by ICT is simply integrity, character, and trust. Integrity, character, and trust. So, commandment number 3, thou shalt be a person of ICT, in bracket. Thou shalt be a person of integrity, thou shalt be a person of character, and thou shalt be a person of trust. Right? The word integrity is from the word integer. Integer simply means whole. Somebody who is whole is not somebody who is bent, who is like this. No, 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 no. Somebody who, the more you look, the less you understand. No, no, no. The person of integrity is somebody who is singular in purpose, is whole. All right, very critical and very important. The person is complete. The person is honest. The person is honest. The person has high moral principles. The person is morally upright. The person has consistency of character. That's what integrity means. So you want to find and attract strategic relationship. You want to find and attract purpose-driven relationship. Then you must be a person of integrity, right? Then you also must be a person of character. One of the greatest demands in leadership is character. As much as we need people of skill, we also need people who have skills who are backed up with character. As one of my pastors said many more than 20 years ago, I had him when I was not even a teenager. He said, your skill may take you to the top, but it will take your character to sustain you. Your skill may take you to the top, but it will take your character to sustain you. You can have all these skills in the world, and if you lack character, it may be a problem. It may smell doom for you. That's why you will be celebrated. You will get to a height in life, and suddenly, because of one character, one faulty character, you come back to square zero, right? So you must be a person of character. Very critical. All right. Character simply means predictability. All right. Do you know that if you say character, character and another word for alphabet in the English language is called character. I hope you know that, right? So you either say alphabet or you say character, character A, character B, character C, or character D, isn't it? Yeah. So what it means is that the way you spell B in Nigeria is also the way you spell B. Somebody says she's in Dubai or somewhere. It's the same way you spell B somewhere in Dubai, that's in English, or somewhere in Britain. Okay, so that's what character is. It means you are predictable, right? You are not somebody who you are C in Nigeria and you become N in South Africa. No, sir. You have character, you are predictable. Then the last one is that you're a person of um you're a person of trust. Now, before I even go ahead, let me give you a quote by Zig Ziglar. Zig Ziglar said, he said, with integrity, you have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. With integrity, you will do the right thing, so you will have no guilt. I'll say that again. With integrity, you have nothing to fear, since you have nothing to hide. With integrity, you will do the right thing, so you will have no guilt. Very powerful. Very powerful. Abraham Lincoln said something. He said, character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real deal. I'll say that again. He said, Abraham Lincoln, character is like a tree, Tree, and reputation is like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, character. So, let me quickly define character and reputation. Right. Okay. So, it's inspired aggressive that's saying that. Let's push it more. Let's push out more. All right. So, character and reputation is critical in our journey. So, character is who you are. Character is who you are, right? Reputation is what people think about you. So, what it means is that you can have a very fantastic reputation and you have a very deadly character. So people think that you are, wow, Niyi, you are the best thing that has happened to us after donuts and shawarma, right? So you are the best thing that has happened to us. That's my reputation. However, there's a deadly character. It's not my portion in Jesus' name. There's a deadly character in what? You know what I tell people? If you have a fantastic reputation and you have a dirty character, it's only a matter of time. Your character will you will rise up to meet your reputation, and that may spell doom for you. Your character will grow and outgrow your reputation. And suddenly they will say, this same guy we used to celebrate, oh, so he was pretending all this while. Very, very important. This is important to note, right? Trust, the final thing, the final, my time, I just have about 20 minutes there, about, or 25 minutes, all right? Trust is also very critical in this journey. You want to find and keep purpose-driven alliances. You must be a person who is trustworthy. Trust is simply defined as a firm belief that something or somebody is good and will not try to harm us. Did you hear that? Trust is defined, the dictionary defines trust as a belief that somebody or something is good and that thing or that person will not try to harm us. Are you such an individual? All right, very critical, very critical. So one of the things I love to say is that never under promise, never over promise and under deliver. That's an issue of trust. That's an issue of trust. Never on over promise and under deliver. Rather, all right, under promise and over deliver. Rather, under promise and over deliver. And if you can, over promise and over deliver. That if you can, over promise and deliver. Whenever you promise a thing, do it promptly, do it thoroughly, do it accurately, then do a little more. Whatever you promise, do it thoroughly, do it promptly, do it excellently, do it accurately. And you know what? Do a little more. That's trust. That's what we're talking about. Finally, as per trust, so that we'll go to commandment number 4. Warren Buffett said something that struck me. He said, trust is like the air we breathe. When it is present, nobody notices. When it is absent, everybody notices. Powerful, powerful. Warren Buffett said, trust is like the air we breathe. When it is present, nobody notices. However, when it is absent, everybody notices. All right. Commandment number 4. Thou, did you get that statement by Warren Buffett? It's just like air. Nobody's noticing air now. Everybody's just breathing in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. You can say the story, oh, I've never seen oxygen, I've never seen carbon dioxide. All you know is that it is coming. But immediately air ceases now. So nobody sees air. Nobody's appreciating the air. That's just like trust. All right? It is the air we breathe. Trust is like the air we breathe. When it is present, nobody is noticing the air. You're just moving freely. You can even close your mouth. We're putting nose marks now. We don't care. All right? So nobody notices. So trust is like the air we breathe. When it is present, nobody notices. However, when it is absent, everybody notices. Very important. Be somebody of integrity, I beg you. Be somebody of character and become a person of trust. Do you know this ICT I mentioned to you is my definition of ICT? All right. It's already capital on its own. Do you know that ICT is capital? Do you know that in some circle, integrity is already capital? Very critical, very important. Commandment number 4. Thou shalt build rapport, Rapport. Thou shalt be a person of rapport. Somebody who can, you know what I mean by to bring a rapport. You know, you want to find and keep strategic alliances. You must be somebody who is engaging. I'm a very introvertish person, very highly introvertish. Forget all this mouth I'm making tonight and the mouth that I used to speak every day. Okay, just forget it. All right, I'm a very, very introvertish person. Just believe me, believe my words. All right, but as I learn these principles, as I learn leadership, as I learn how to connect with people, I found this very useful. My ability to build rapport. All right, Rapport. You know what rapport means? To engage in a conversation, to be able to see a person for the first time, right? You know how guys used to do it. I didn't used to be a bad guy, and I'm not saying I was a perfect guy. But one of the things I know guys used to do those days, I don't know if you guys still do it now. I'm married, okay? Is that when they see a person for the first time, one of the keys they want to use to penetrate a lady, they are seeing her for the first time, they like her. One of the things that they will say to her is that, oh lady, they won't even ask for the name first. They'll say, it's as if I know you somewhere. Your face looks familiar. You know what I mean? Your face looks familiar. They said they will know each other somewhere. Did you attend this school? It's a lie. It's just a scope to penetrate. That's rapport. Do you understand what I'm saying? They want to use that key. Okay. She begins to talk, and before you know it, oh, my name is this. Then she also tells you her name. Then the journey begins, and who knows? So that's exactly how a lot of people cannot do that. All right, they cannot do that. They are shy. They are fearful. They are scared. So if you cannot engage in a conversation, if you cannot build rapport, you cannot find and maintain or retain strategic alliances. So you can see I've come from the spiritual, I'm coming from the physical now. I'm trying to balance all the things that I'm saying because it's critical. All right, very important. So how do you build rapport? Number 1, you must have a good dress sense. All right, you must have a good dress sense. You should never dress. You can't dress like a suspect, as they will say, and expect to be treated like a prospect. It doesn't work. You can't dress like a suspect and expect to be treated like a prospect. It doesn't work. All right. So you must have a good dress sense. I know you love color blocking, but be very careful so that you don't block your destiny. All right. So ensure that it is presentable. Dress as occasion demands. Dress as occasion serves. Be engaging, be friendly, build a rapport. Very critical. Dress sense is very critical in this journey of building strategic alliances and all of that. Dress sense. Number 2 is that you must still under building rapport. Okay, is that you must remember people's name. All right, remember, try as much as you can learn it. It's a skill that you can learn. Learn to remember people's name. Okay, very important. Okay, because when you see somebody for the first time, you call their names. The next time when you call them, all right, they love it. So it's very important. It helps you to connect better. It helps you to build conversation. The third thing you can do as per building rapport is that you must find a common ground. I said that already. I said that already about the guy who wants to scope a girl. He wants to, you know what I mean. So one of the things he should do or he will do is to say that, okay, do we know each other somewhere? Did you attend this school? Do you know this person? Your face looked like this person. Are you a twin? Look for a common ground. Look for a common ground to start talking. Before you know, you begin to see your similarities, right? Then from there you begin to build relationships. You see how it comes in. Find common ground. Find a common ground. Find a common ground. Find a common ground. Create shared experience. Create shared experience. Show empathy. That's how to build rapport. Show empathy. What is empathy? Empathy simply means putting yourself in other people's shoe. No more, no less. All right? Right? Very critical. Put yourself in other people's shoe. That's how to build rapport. Create shared experiences, right? Go in their pain, feel them. You don't go only when you need help. Go even without any help, when you don't need anything. Engage in this conversation. You never know when you will need help. Because of our time, let me quickly run. Number 5 is that thou shalt be a man or a woman of honor. Thou shalt be a person of honor. That's commandment number 5. Thou shalt be a person of honor. Honor is critical. If you look at the 10th commandment in the book of Exodus, I hope you know that close to 70% of that commandment is about honor. Honor your father and your mother. Honor God. Do not disobey God. God is a jealous God. Mention all those things. Do not covet your neighbor's property. It's about honor. Honor is critical. All right. And you never attract who you do not honor. Very critical. Honor is very powerful. Honor God. Honor people. Honor time. Very important. Honor God. Honor people. Honor time. That's how to build strategic relationship. You must learn the law of honor. Honor is almost everything, oh, just like relationships. Your ability to honor people will give you, will endear them to you. Honor is about respect. Honor is about courtesy. Right? Honor is about reference. Did you hear what I said? Honor is about respect. Honor is about courtesy. Honor is about reference. Honor, honor is critical. In fact, God said, He said, honor your father and your mother. You know what He said? He said, for them, then there's a promise behind honor. Very critical. Growth happens when you honor people. He said, so that your day will be long upon the face of the earth. Thou shalt be a person of honor. Thank you, Precious, for bringing this again and again. Commandment number 6. Thou shalt be a person of love. Probably this should have been commandment 1, but just forgive me. Right? Thou shalt be a person of love. You can't find and keep, purpose-driven alliances if you do not love people. You must love people genuinely. Sam Adeyemo will tell us once. He will say that if you have not seen you have not seen God, right, and you say you love Him, fine. How about the humans that He has created? How about the humans He has created that you can see? You have not loved them, and you say you love God that you have not seen. That's the height of hypocrisy. The proof that you love God will be that you love men. So love people genuinely. Love people not because, again, for the umpteenth time, not because of what you can get for them, but because it's a command, but it's because of what you want to do genuinely and sincerely. That's how to connect in relationship. That's how to build purpose-driven alignments. Love people. Don't be a user of people. Don't be a user of people. Rather be a supporter of people. That's how to build strategic relationship. Number 7, never be judgmental. Right? Never be judgmental. Many times we have this very, very nasty attitude. I'm not saying you right now. We have very nasty attitude of sizing up people. You size up people. I used to be very terrible with that too. So I'm not just talking to you. You just see people for the first time. Yes, first impression is very critical. But you just see people for the first time and you just size them up. Oh, forgive me. My light is off. Uh-oh, my light is off. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah. All right, very critical. Just give me a few seconds to get this light up. Hello?
Bring us back.
Abby, if you can give me a
Okay,
few
so
seconds, let me
while
get
we're
this light
waiting
up.
for our speaker for his light to come back on, let's just talk about everything we've learned so far because this section is powerful. Like I've been learning back to back. Let me try to help us remember everything we've learned so far. One thing that stood out for me was that there are sometimes that our problems are not spiritual. Hey, people of God, sometimes our problems are not spiritual, they are manual, right? So there's sometimes that everything you're looking out to get is not even spiritual. You're trying to say, oh, the problem I'm facing is spiritual. It's one person from the village people and all that. But then it is manual. All you need to do is build networks. There's a saying that goes this way that no one is an island. We need each other to survive. No one is an island. We need each other to survive. I need you to survive. You need me to survive. We need each other to survive. Another thing that stood out for me is that mm, you need to have a good dress sense. You need to have a good dress sense. You need to have a good dress sense. You can't dress like a suspect and expect to be to be addressed as a prospect. Hey Lord God Almighty, who's getting it? If you are getting it, please just show me in the comment that you're getting everything our speaker has said so far. When he said you can't dress like a suspect and expect to be addressed as a prospect, it did eat me. I was like, that means that you can't just look anyhow and expect people to the way you want to be addressed. Dress the way you want to be addressed. Another point that I raised that stood out for me is the fact that everything rises and falls on relationships. Everything rises and falls on relationship. Every single thing rises and falls on relationship. To move forward, you need relationship. If you're staying in one place, it's because you don't have relationship. Build networks, meet people, talk. If there's one thing that I know about myself is that if I meet you today, trust me, in 1 minute, in 1 second, in fact, we're already communicating, we're already talking, because I just cannot leave you to go without, having the feel of your me, having to remember that, oh, I met somebody today, her name is Yomi, and this is what I think about her. You need to leave a lasting impression on every single one you meet. You need to leave a lasting impression on every single one you meet. Another thing that stood out for me today is that with integrity, you have nothing to fear. Since you have nothing to hide, with integrity, you have nothing to fear. Since you have nothing to hide, with integrity, you have nothing to fear. So, in everything you do in this life, you need to put, the integrity has to be like a breastplate. When I say breastplate, that means you have to wear it around. Let everybody know that you're a person of integrity. You're a man of integrity. You're a woman of integrity. With integrity, you have nothing to fear because you have nothing to hide. Another thing that stood out for me is that never overpromise and underdeliver. Never overpromise. Okay, so for those that are just joining, this is me trying to recap on everything our speakers said. Oh, he's back online. Welcome back, sir. I will just leave the floor for him. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Yomi Talks. Thank you so
Yes.
much. That was a very exciting review there. Thank you, Yomi. That was excellent. Thank you so much for your thoughts and for doing that summary. So Yomi has helped me not to do any further summary. So we are on the seventh commandment, which is never be judgmental. Thou shalt not be judgmental. Commandment number 7. All right. Thou shalt not be judgmental. And don't size people up. All right. You may not know. You see somebody who wear, you get it. All right. Wearing a short knicker, a knicker rather. All right. He wears a knicker and he comes around. And because you are just, you can be snobbish, you know, and just this guy, who is he? What does he feel like? And you don't know your destiny helpers. They will say it is just out there in a knicker, right? So don't just judge people by their looks. It's important to look good, oh, but I'm saying that do not judge people automatically by their looks. You never just can tell. You never just can tell. The guy you call poor yesterday can be your employer tomorrow. So we need to be careful. So that's how to build strategic alliance. Don't be judgmental, right? Another way to finding and building strategic alliances for purpose alignment is commandment number 8: build on all spheres. Okay, thou shalt build on all spheres. Commandment number 7: thou shalt not be judgmental. Commandment number 8: thou shalt build on all spheres. Now, how do I mean thou shalt build on all spheres? I've decided many years ago that a banker will be my friend. I decided many years ago that a lawyer will be my friend. I decided many years ago that a doctor will be my friend. Okay, that a road safety official will be my friend. That name them will be my friend. All right, you must ensure that you build, because you never know when you can need them. You may need the service of a lawyer urgently. You may need the services of a doctor urgently. You may be caught somewhere. You need a help somehow. So you must ensure that you build strategic alliances for purpose alignment on all spheres. Right? Have a bank as is a powerful principle. Have a bank as a friend. Have a journalist as a friend. Have a police as a friend. You got it? Very important. Very important. And ensure that you oil, you grease these relationships. Not, you don't only call them when you have a need. All right. It should be mutual. You remember I started that you must be a person of help. All right. It should be mutual. I've, 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 I've so helped certain people and supported certain people that they've helped me. But I know it's a seed I'm sowing. Okay, whether through them or through somebody else, I know I will get my reward. All right, so it is very strategic. So build on all spheres. Thou shalt build, have a banker, have a pastor, have a shoemaker, have a road safety official, have a last mile official if you're in Lagos. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you should go and break traffic rule and say, okay, I got last mile, how far now? All right, I don't break on a rule. Okay? I'm not saying you should use that, but you just never can tell where you need somebody. All right, it may be that. All right, so this is very critical and very important. All right, commandment number 9, the second and last commandment is that thou shalt ask questions. In my book, okay, one of the the first chapter there talks about the power of inquisition, the power of questions. I believe one of the greatest miracles on planet Earth given to any man is the ability to ask questions. I've said it again and again that answers are not far away. They are looking for the right question. Can I tell you for free tonight that the answers you are looking for are not very far away? They are actually waiting for the right questions. In fact, answers are all around you. All they are waiting for is the right question. That's why you enter a place and suddenly you enter maybe a new community or a new environment and you ask a question and somebody is saying, now here, you be JJC for here. You don't know this thing. That means answers have always been around somewhere, even right now where you are. They're waiting for the right question. So if you want to build, find, and maintain purpose-driven alliances, then you must ensure that you ask questions. Ask reasonable questions, sensible questions. All right. When you connect to your destiny helper or to your mentor, ensure you go prepared with questions. Questions are recipes, are pregnant with answers. Whatever answer you are looking for is only hidden in the question you have not asked. Did you hear what I said? Answers that you are looking for are hidden in the questions that you have not asked. So I believe some of the most powerful words on earth, as like I wrote in that book, is what, where, when, how, with. Powerful questions. Questions are pregnant with miracles. Did you hear what I said? Questions are pregnant with miracles. All right. So it's about 2 minutes to 1 hour. I love to keep to my time. All right. So I have 1 hour, 30 minutes. So maybe I will extend 5 minutes, then I'll give 25 minutes for questions or 20 minutes, or we'll call it a night. All right. So ask questions. That is how to find, that's how to maintain, purpose-driven alliances. Go prepared with questions. Right? Very critical. Then commandment number 10, you must understand the law of apology. This is thou shalt apologize. Apologies, and I usually tell people that you don't have to be wrong to apologize. You can be right sometimes and still apologize. Very easy for life to go on and peace to exist. I'm not saying that you apologize all the time, even though when you're right. No, some people think you are stupid, okay? But I'm saying that for peace to reign and his wisdom, that you apologize. Right? That's how to build alliances. That's how to build strategic alliances. You never know. Somebody will say, I just love this lady. All right. She doesn't, to say thank you. to say please, to ask for help, to and to apologize is, they had her. I no go, how she no go become my friend? You've had people say something like that. You've had people say something like that. You don't know. It will ring to the ear of kings one day and say, that's the kind of person we want. Somebody who will give us peace. Somebody who, when it is wrong, will apologize. Somebody who, do you get the idea? It's a very powerful, powerful law as per building strategic alliances. Thou shalt be a man and a woman of apology, right? I think it was Gary Chapman that, Gary Chapman, as I close, Gary Chapman talked about the power of love, all right, rather the five languages of love. He also has what he calls the five languages of apology, right? And let me read them out quickly, then we'll call it a night. Now, the first, so for those who do not know what or let me say the reminder for those who do not know what um, the five languages of love mean. All right, Gary Chapman in his book and in his teaching said that the fact that you say I love me all the time, I love you all the time, does not mean that you really are not seeing your love that way. All right, that is just one of the languages of love, which is word of affirmation. All right, there are other languages you can use. Okay, it could be act of service. So instead of I don't want to hear, somebody's love language is she doesn't want to hear I love you. What she understands by love is when you are helping her with certain tasks. Act of service. All right. All right. So there are many, there are three others. Okay. At quality time, act of service, physical touch. All right. These are some of the languages. So we also have five languages of apologies, and you may apply it, as the day goes. Right. Number one is that instead of just saying, I'm sorry or something like that, when you apologize, you can express regret. You can say, precious, you know what? I deeply regret what I do. Express it. Right. That's one language of apology. Express regret. Right. Number two, accept responsibility. So you are not just saying, I'm sorry, wait till be the next thing. No, you accept responsibility. You know what? I'm taking responsibility for the delay, and whatever consequences will happen, let it be on me. That's a language of apology. People want to hear that. Right. The third language of apology is to make restitution. All right. Make restitution. Okay. Maybe you owe somebody something. You can't say I'm sorry when you owe somebody something. This is even very clear. It will be very wicked for you to owe somebody something, and all you are saying is I'm sorry, I'm not going to bring that thing. No, 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 sir. One way to apologize to certain people. Some people are just looking at you, but not because they are just wondering that you don't know their language of apology, or that you mean that only sorry. You think, say, permit my language. I'm just using language so that we're together. You know what I mean? You mean it's only sorry I will eat. Now sorry I will chop. Right? Make restitution where you need to, where possible. And that's one people's language of apology. Right? The second to the last one is genuinely repenting. So you are not just saying, I'm sorry. There's a genuine repentance. It is seen by your action, by your conduct, and by your looks, and by your disposition that you are genuinely repenting. So this is very critical. Then the last one, all right, request for forgiveness. Don't just say I'm sorry. Ask that, please forgive me. I want you to say with your mouth, I brought a witness to say that you are forgiving me. Please forgive me. Thou shalt apologize. Thou shalt become a person, who apologizes when they need to. Like I said, I don't want to take your further time. I believe you've gotten value tonight. All right. Please adopt these 10 commandments and see how your life will change. Take them together. All right. Practice them daily and see how you will directly or indirectly, all right, connect with men and women of your destiny, connect with men and women of purpose, and I will see you at the top. I celebrate you and I value you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for your time tonight. Back to our moderator, Yomi Talks, and the amazing Pastor Abby. Thank you one more time for having me tonight. Glory to God.
Hello, everyone. If you have had if you've had an amazing night with Mr. Sam, Pastor Sam Soyinka, please drop it in your comment and say thank you, sir, for this amazing section tonight. Just drop it in the comments. Tell him thank you, sir, for the amazing section tonight. Sir, I have learned a lot, and I must confess and say honestly to you that everything you've said right now are things that we should practice, because if you don't practice these things, there is no way you can increase your network. You said something,
That's
and
right.
that thing struck my heart. You said if your net work is determines your network. Okay, let me rephrase it again. Your network determines your net worth. And I'm like, so that means if you don't know people, that means you might not be able to increase your net worth. And
That's right.
it's important for you to build relationship. Building relationships cannot be overemphasized. And sir,
That's
we
right.
want to give room for questions and answers, right? So if you have a question for Pastor Sam, for Pastor Niyi Soyinka, apologies for Pastor Niyi Soyinka, please drop in the comment section. This is the only opportunity you have to ask Pastor Niyi Soyinka. If you want to ask him any question next time, you will pay to ask him more. So let's just ask him once and for all now and know that he can answer us now. So if you have any question for Pastor Lee, just drop it in the comments so we can ask him right away. And sir, one of the things you said is that thou shalt not be judgmental. And to be honest, sometimes we as humans, we try to size people up and be like, well, you know what, it might not just be it, let's just look at it. And the honest truth is you will be surprised. And sir, let me say something to you. One thing I know is that over the years, one thing I've gotten to learn is that the people that have helped me to get to where I am, or where I used to be, are people that you would naturally just look down on. I'm talking about gatesman. I'm talking about gatesmen. I'm talking about cleaners. I'm talking about people that you just randomly just look at and be like,
Absolutely.
you know what?
Very
Does this
true.
person has any, this
Very
person
true.
has nothing to offer. This person has nothing to
Very
offer.
true.
I remember my first job interview. I'm waiting for your questions, everyone. Okay, I'm waiting for your questions.
Yeah.
I remember my first job
Go
interview.
ahead. Yeah.
I got to the
Yeah.
gate, and trust me, sir, that principle you said, dress well so that you can be addressed well, it works. Okay, so I was
Yeah.
looking all good, and when I got to the gate, they were just saying, "Madam, welcome, ma, welcome, ma," and in my heart, I
Yeah.
knew that I was there to come and beg for a job.
Yeah.
The gate man knew
Yeah.
nothing. He
Yeah.
thought I was there for an interview, right? And he thought because it's a media firm, right? So he thought I was there for an interview. I was supposed to go on here. So he was just saying, "Welcome, ma, we're done, madam." So when I came in, I told him that, "Sir, I'm here to drop my letter. Please, I need a job." The man was like, "Ah, no, 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 sir. Ah, no, 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 no." The man he was giving me mad before. He changed from mad to possible. He don't close. I was like, ah. He cannot close though. He cannot close. You said there you were treating me well before, so you have to continue to treat me well. And this man, I kept on insisting, and I was like, "Sir, please, I need this job. I need this job." And guess what the man did? He was like, "You know what? Go to the receptionist. Tell her so person sent you." And I'm like, "This is a regular man, a gate man. What if I was rude to that man? What if I was annoying to him? What if I treated him like a low born?" And sometimes your blessings are in the hands of people that you don't expect. If that's what I've learned over the years. Your blessings are in the hands of
Yeah.
people you don't expect, and that is why you need to build relationships. You need to build, good
Yeah.
networks. Okay, so Sam, let me
Yeah.
just check if we have questions so I can read them out, and so we can ask you. Okay, so everybody right now, they don't have questions. Everybody's saying thank you, sir, for the light, the words of
I've been seeing
affirmation.
it. I've been seeing it. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled. I've been seeing it. Thank you so much, Grace.
Bless you
Thank you
richly,
so
sir.
much,
I am
everybody.
charged up. Somebody's saying thank you, sir, for this amazing section. Somebody's saying so
Thank you.
blessed. God bless you so much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for the fireful and value packed section. I enjoyed every bit
Yeah.
of it. People are saying also
Awesome.
grateful. Babajide Alawade says, for men or women of great achievements that you don't spend time with, you only chat with once in a while, how can one discover their needs to help them? Okay, this is a question from Babajide Alawade. Let me read the question again, sir. It says here
I
that
can see it.
for men or women of great achievements that you don't spend time with, but you only chat with once in a while, help to them.
All right, fantastic. One of the things you must do, I'm not sure I mentioned that, is that as much as you can ensure that you deepen your relationship. Ensure that you deepen your relationship, deepen it,
Deepen your
right?
relationship.
Deepen it. By deepen, I mean that, okay, go beyond the hi, I, okay? That's why I talked about the power of questions, Okay, that's why I majored on the power of questions. Very critical, right? I think you should get this my book, and it will help you as per that and many other things. But basically, all right, deepen your relationship, all right, then know the right question. There's always a mumu button to everybody. There's always a mumu button, all right. If you can't find it directly, all right, you can also look for those who are around them, because that's why I say you need to deepen it. You also need to know who those are around them. Maybe their spouses, okay, or their children, or somebody. All right. What does your daddy? What do you think your daddy? How can I help daddy? Okay, you can ask the wife or the children. All right. Somehow, somebody who's connected to them, probably closer than you are, and from then it's a full stretch. You must do it as if it's a project. All right. You must take it as if it's a project. So you are going to go make your research, go make your findings. It's a big project you want to embark on. So it's not joke. All right, you must find everything right. Just walk around it to look for that need. They have a need. I can tell you for free. Right? Forget all the macho that they show out there. Forget all the stunts that we display out there. Every single human being on the earth, including Dangote, has a need up to tomorrow. All right, we will never stop having a need. So there's a way you can find, just juggle around it, okay? Deepen the relationship, ask people around them, take it as an assignment, take it as a project, and of course, even direct question, some can be inferred, all right? And you will not know when they begin to open up to these things and say, okay, this is it, okay? Very critical, very important.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, Babatunde, as you heard, you said you should deepen the relationship. Deepen the relationship. Go from saying hi, sir, hello, sir. Go deeper. How is your family? What challenges are you facing? How can I be of help? Ask questions. And another thing that I learned from you, sir, and you said, yeah, let me read it out. You said answers you're looking for are in the questions you've not asked. Okay? Answers you're looking for are in the questions you've not asked. So, Mr. Babatunde, the answer you're looking for to that question are in the questions you've not asked, those that you want to help. Okay, so ask them questions. How can you come in? How can you be of help to them? Okay, we have another question here. We're going to take two more questions, and that will be all. Okay, somebody's saying, sir, in a situation whereby a trust has been broken due to past mistakes, how can one rebuild trust? In a situation whereby a trust has been broken due to past mistakes, how can one rebuild trust? Over to you, sir.
All right, how can you deepen the trust that has been lost? Now, that's a tough one. That's a big question. And I even expected this question, right? You've lost the trust. So the first thing I want to say is that even though you're not perfect, as much as you can, ensure that you do not lose people's trust. Very important. Do everything you can. Ensure that you show it and you mean it. And let me even say one of these things first. See, some people here may be very trustworthy people, all right, but they are not showing it, right? Certain things you must show it. They call something eye service. All right. See, eye service is not a bad thing overall. Eye service that is bad is that eye service that, okay, I want you to see me so that you can. No, the real eye service that is not bad is a high service that genuinely from your heart you have done it, right? And they should see it, because see, they even say it out there in the workplace that you can be working very hard and you may not be seen to be working hard. You may be working very hard and you may not be seen to be working hard. Now, this evening I left the office. I understood this principle very well. I left the office, and when I left the office, I was supposed to see a client. Then I saw the client. I was not supposed to see the client at that time, but because I went the extra, I also wanted my cashier, not my direct supervisor now, my secondary supervisor, to know that I did that. And I sent him a text. I sent him a text, and he replied me like 30 minutes later. I even called him. Right. So that's part of what I'm saying. Okay, you must work and you must seem to work. Now, that is not even the question you asked, but I'm saying that as a build up to what I want to say. Now, if you've lost trust, it's a big loss, it's a big minus, right? But it is never bad. But let me tell you what you can do. Now, in customer service, we say something. We say that, right? It is easier. No, not that. Right. One of the things we say in customer service and in business generally is that it is, how do I put this now very quickly, right? So now, if you, okay, so every time you've been doing well, okay, people do not celebrate you. The day you do bad, that's when they will see everything that you have not done.
Everybody
It's natural for
notices.
humans. Exactly. It's very natural. So don't take offense. It's very natural. But this is what I wanted to say. All right. So you've done bad now. Usually it will take another 12 good. I had this exactly what I want to say. If you treat a customer badly, all right, it will take you to treat them about 11 to 12 times good to erase that one negative you've done for them. So you see, stuff work. The same thing with trust. It will take you to do over and over and over again what you could have done in 30 minutes. It will now take you 30 days to recover it. So one way to recover trust is to come back and do it again. And because they'll be always suspecting you, it's not their fault. You can't blame them for anything because you have stabbed them. You, of course, maybe they put the trust on you, they gave everything to you, and somehow you disappointed them. You cannot blame anybody. Don't begin to put the blame on them. Put the blame on you and do more than you are doing. Just like I explained for customer service, you disappointed the customer once, it will take you 12 times of doing good to recover. That's exactly also you will do by building trust. And it doesn't mean that it will happen for free. All right. Some people, they are like that. If you have lost trust once, forever, you are gone. But nevertheless, just do yourself prayerfully. Prayerfully, the heart of a king is in a man's heart. If
Pray.
genuinely, if genuinely, all right, this was a mistake, and you have repented, then pray and ask God to help you and touch the heart of that person. Very important.
Thank you
You can
so,
also
so
use
much,
people,
sir.
all
Thank
right? That's
you,
another
sir.
way. Yeah, sorry, I always talk about relationships. You can also use people again, all right, behind you to help you talk and speak before you. All right, very important. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so, so much, sir. I think that
Thank
will
you.
be
Thank you.
all for tonight. There's no more
Thank you.
question. Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
Somebody's saying, how can I get your
Thank you.
book, sir? How can I
Take
get
care
your
of
book?
questions.
I think that's the last question for tonight. How can I get
Okay,
your book?
Yeah.
maybe I'll drop my WhatsApp number now. You can just chat me on WhatsApp directly. Is it okay to do that? Yeah.
You know
Is it
what?
okay to
You
do
can.
that?
Yes.
Can I drop my WhatsApp? It's faster that way. Can I drop
Yes.
it?
Okay. Yes,
Yes,
sir. You
sir.
Okay.
said you can.
Okay.
Please
Zero.
go ahead, sir.
All right. All right. 070 3457 0310. I'll say that again. 070 3457 0310. And beyond the book too, I also want to build strategic alliances with you. I may not know I'm talking to the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in the next 10, 20 years. All right. So I'd love to connect with
Yes.
you. You get what I mean? All right. Don't
Yeah.
don't believe that I'm on stage now and I'm shining. You may be my boss tomorrow, and I'd love to connect with you. So beyond my book, please
Thank you so
connect.
much,
All
sir.
right. All right.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Wow.
sir.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you greatly. Thank you for tonight. We are grateful and we love you, sir. Thank you for giving your time, your energy. I mean, if we have the chance, we will do this over and over again, over and over again. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
And
bro.
don't
Thank
worry,
you.
we will send our thank you messages more and more. We should release you now. Everyone, please ensure you get this book. There is a chapter that talks about leveraging relationships. It's a three-part book. It's very rich. Okay, you can also connect with Niyi Soyinka on Facebook. I'm just going to type his name in the comment. You can connect with him on Facebook. I'm sure you're going to see the amazing work this book in particular is doing. I have seen a whole lot of, testimonials. It keeps coming and coming. I am yet to finish digesting it myself. I'm going to send my review soon, like I promised him. So this is a book you want to
Yeah.
get that's going to bless your life, and you'll be glad that you did. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Regards to
Thank you.
Mama and the boys. Thank you for
Yeah,
sparing your
I
time.
will. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
We,
you
we,
so
we,
much,
we
sir.
will
Thank
stay in touch.
Thank you so much,
I,
sir.
Let's reuse you now,
I
sir.
love you
God bless you,
guys. I
sir.
love you guys.
Bye, sir.
Thank you.
Love you
Thank
too,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Bye, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, over
Wow.
to you.
Wow,
Over
wow,
to you.
wow. That's
Over to
all I
you,
have to say.
moderator.
Wow. It's been an amazing section with Pastor Niyi Shoyinka. It's been an amazing, amazing section with him. Everyone, I want you to use this opportunity to just go connect with him on all social media platforms. Check out his name at Niyi Shoyinka on Facebook, on Instagram, everywhere. Just connect with him because the learning does not stop here. You keep learning and learning and learning. It doesn't stop here. Okay, over to you, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. We thank everyone who has been part of this live stream. I'm sure you've had a great time tonight. This is going to continue by the grace of God tomorrow morning, Nigerian time. It's going to be between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m.
Okay, guess we're having a little bit of network issues. We're going to be having another section tomorrow, which is going to start by 9:30 with Doctor and with Doctor Ekundayo, and they'll be talking about how to keep how to have a purpose driven marriage. And see, if you're going to miss anything at all, tomorrow is not a time for you to miss. Like, you must not miss tomorrow's conference, because this is vital. It's very important for you to it's very important for you to address these issues. When it comes to marriage, if you fail at every marriage is one thing you shouldn't fail at. If you fail at every other thing, marriage is one thing you shouldn't fail at. Okay, over to you, sir. You're back.
Sorry, my network started messing up pretty towards the end of the sessions, but thank God we have been able to come this far, and we glorify the name of God. Thank you, everyone who joined in. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for participating actively. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you in the sessions tomorrow. There are going to be two sessions tomorrow. Don't worry, you're going to get message, you're going to get notifications just to serve as a reminder. But more importantly, make sure that you put this in your reminder. It's very, very important. So thank you from all of us. Thank you. This has been our wonderful moderator, and she's been doing amazingly well, even at the background with the rest of the team. We appreciate you for staying with us tonight. We know tomorrow will be greater, and God will be glorified. Don't forget, follow our speaker on Facebook, Niyi Soyinka. You're not going to miss him. I'm sure you know his face already. All right. And follow him on Instagram too. And I'm sure you're going to be glad that you did. And more importantly, please try to get this book. We have dropped his WhatsApp number on the chat so that you can see how to get this book. It's going to bless you. It's going to bless you financially. It's going to bless you relationship wise. All right. It's going to help you to earn a fee from what you do for free. Thank you so much. We're going to catch you. Over to you to say bye bye. I am running away.
All right. Bye, Mr. Sam. Okay, so everyone, I want to say thank you so much for joining tonight's section. We look forward to meeting with you tomorrow. We have two sections tomorrow, one with Dr. Ekundayo and the other with Mrs. Kemi Oye. And I can't wait to meet with you again. Thank you, and God bless you. Good night, everyone. Bye.